Well, it was short-lived. But at least it was competitive without Lowry, right? I guess, in a certain sense. The Utah Jazz dropped this one as expected. 100 to 101 to the Houston Rockets at home. There was supposed to be how do you say? It's supposed to be a win here and then probably a loss on the road at Houston. But, nevertheless, this was an expected evil that reared its ugly head today. Overall, though, we shot really good and they shot really bad, but they just hit more threes than us, actually, in this one, surprisingly enough. Now, for the record, the Houston Rockets shot 38.5% from the field, 31% from three, but hit 13 threes, and then shot 64% from the free throw line, going 18 for 28. For us, we were 46.5% from the field, but 8 for 31 from three-point range, which works out to 25%. And then you also had a free throw mark of 18 for 19, which is 94.7. All in all, we hit as many free throws as them in 9 less attempts. But from a three-point shooting standpoint, we were down 11, and we made 5 less. Combining that with the fact that we ended up actually shooting 11 less overall field goals than them, and it kind of makes sense. But I digress because it happened, Now, for them, obviously, you had the lovely one and only Dillon Brooks in his 21.5 minutes, going 2 of 7 from the field, shooting 1 of 2 from 3, and having 5 points in a box score plus minus of a +1. You saw Amen Thompson with the only double-double for his squad, going for 18, 14, and 5, with 8 of those rebounds being offensive. He had a box score plus minus that was the second highest on his team at a +11. He shot 6 of 12 from the field overall and 6 of 8 from the free throw line. Jabari Smith managed to stay in the game this time instead of, boxing that man Chris Dunn. But 4 of 12 from the field and 3 of 8 from 3, along with 3 of 4 from the free throw line, shooting, and then having 5 rebounds and 14 points across 33 minutes. Probably isn't the greatest thing, but he had a box score plus minus of a +10. So I guess there's something there. Now, Jalen Green in 38.5 minutes was 11 of 24 from the field. He shot 45.8% from the he shot 45.8% from the field. He was 4 of 11 from 3, which is 36.5, and he was 8 of 14 from the free throw line, which is uncharacteristically low for him, all things considered. He had a near double-double with 9 rebounds and then 6 assists to go along with his total and game-leading 34 points. His box score plus minus was a +0. And then you had Fred VanVleet going 9 of 24, which is 37.5%. Shot 4 of 14 from 3, which is 28.5%. Had 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals. He actually had no turnovers, though, so that was good for him. Meanwhile, Jalen Green had 4 turnovers, and Amen Thompson had 3 turnovers. Overall, the team only had 10 total turnovers, but almost half of them were Jalen Green's. For VanVleet, of course, 22 points, 14 box score plus minus, which was the highest in the game. In that same sense, the bench was kind of non-existent for both teams. You saw Reggie Bullock, Aaron Holiday, Jeff Green, Jashawn Tate, and Jock Landale all play for the Houston Rockets, but combined they were 3 of 12 from the field, so there's not anything particularly amazing going on there. Then skipping over to the Utah Jazz, you saw Bryce Sensabaugh have his worst offensive shooting night he's ever had. The lovely gentleman was 0 of 8 from the field, 0 for 8 from the field, you heard that right. 0 of 7 from the three-point line. He didn't attempt any free throws either. So in 24, almost 25 minutes, he had 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, and 2 turnovers, and no points to show for it with a box score plus minus that was the worst on the team at a -16. Overall, rough. In that same vein, we saw Taylor Hendricks, 3 of 7 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. Seems to be his consistent thing. Seems like he wants 8 points a game. Had 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, and only 1 turnover. The box score plus minus of a -6. You saw John Collins in 30 minutes go for 10 of 14, 71%, 4 of 5 from 3, 80%, and 6 of 6 from the free throw line. He also had 11 rebounds, 1 steal, and 2 blocks to go along with his team leading 30 points and a box score plus minus of a -8. Collin Sexton started at the shooting guard spot, playing the most minutes in this one for the first time in a long time, playing for 44 minutes, going 10 of 21 from the field for 47.6%. He was actually 0-4 from 3, which was interesting enough considering his resume. He was 9 of 10 from the free throw line, though, and had the majority of the teams. He also had 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 blocks, and 4 turnovers, unfortunately, which was uncharacteristically high of him, but overall he was doing a lot. And then you had him with 29 points overall. The box score plus minus of a +5. Keontae George starting at point guard didn't very much go well. In 29 minutes he played and got 3 out of 12 shooting, 0 of 4 from the three-point line. He had 1 rebound, he had 6 assists, he had 6 turnovers, and then he had 6 points. So definitely not a great triad to have there. He also was a box score -12 behind only Bryce Sensabaugh. And the bench, for the most part, had positive box score plus minuses. You saw Chris Dunn with the highest at 21 minutes and 39 seconds. He was 5 of 7 from the field, 1 of 2 from the three-point line. He had 8 rebounds. He had 1 assist, 1 steal, 3 blocks, only 2 turnovers, but he did end up fouling out. He ended up with 11 points and a box score plus minus of 16. Walker Kessler in 17, almost 18 minutes, went 1 for 2 from the field, hit both of his free throws, had 6 boards, 1 assist, and 1 steal to go along with 3 bizarre turnovers. And the box score plus minus of a +7. Potter and Johnny both played a decent amount of minutes. Potter obviously had 13.5. Johnny had 24.5. Potter was 0-2 from the field, 0-1 from 3. He had 4 rebounds, and that was it for him. Box score plus minus of a +5. Johnny, on the other hand, played 24.5 minutes, was 5 of 7 from the field, 1 of 3 from the three-point line, 1 of 1 from the free throw line, and then he also had 2 boards, 3 assists, and 2 turnovers to go along with his overall 12 points and a box score plus minus of a +4. In this one, you saw a significant number of players not play. You saw THT not play. You saw Kyrie Lewis Jr. not play. You saw Luka not play. You saw Omer not play. You saw Jordan Clarkson, Kenneth Lofton, Darius Bazley, Larry Markkinen, and Jason Preston. All those guys were done. All those guys either couldn't play or just the coach elected not to put them in the game. The Taylor Hendricks' last shot was nice to see. Too bad it was late in the end. Yeah. Showed some light to shine through. Yeah, that's all we can hope for. Competitive games, right? Your only reliable shooter tonight was Collins. It's pure comedy. We will get the 9th pick. Oh, yeah, for sure. Next year, we will have a losing culture. You really think Keontae and Hendricks, who have done nothing but loss, will be able to find a winning culture overnight? Sexton was okay for scoring, but some of his decisions tonight bother me. Yeah, as evidenced by his 4 turnovers, which are uncharacteristically high, by the way. In the first quarter, Sexton, John Collins scored 23 points. The rest of the team was going back. Keontae couldn't buy a bucket. Yeah, Keontae couldn't find it at all. 3 of 12 from the field, 0-4 from 3. Not his worst stat shooting line from all time, but still pretty much not good. He said Bryce couldn't shoot. Bryce had an all-time worst shooting performance. 0 of 8 is crazy. Knowing you're not hitting and then still getting shots up in that manner is interesting, put mildly. But yeah, we lose a tight one. You know, you end up in a situation. Let me see here before I say anything too entertaining. The Utah Jazz play the Kings next. Awesome. And by awesome, I mean not awesome. Kings, Cavs, Clippers, Warriors. Nuggets, Rockets. Clippers, Warriors. So really the Rockets game coming up on the road is the only one that we can conceivably. Well, I think it's at home actually. Yeah, it's the only one that we can conceivably win, and that's not happening. So it is what it is. Only time will tell. If I'm 60, I'm not passing to 3 or 20 teammates. One of Keontae's shots led to a 24-second violation because Sexton passed the corner way late after a drive. That means that would be one of the turnovers that was attributed to Sexton. Honestly, I didn't really have much to say about this one. It was more competitive, and I appreciated that. You love a competitive game. You don't love when people, are BSing and dancing around, beating around the bush. Not our finest game, of course. Defensively, things looked a lot better. Offensively, we just couldn't find an identity without Lowry on the court, and it hurt us mightily. Just tried, I guess. Yeah, they did. It wasn't a bad effort. It was just, there wasn't enough firepower there. You had Sexton, you had Collins, and then everybody else either wasn't hitting or just isn't a volume shooter. And either way, it just didn't go the way that we hoped it would have, unfortunately. But yeah, overall, I think in the long term, things will play out better. But right now, this is just not fun. This was a game where it felt kind of winnable considering the fact that last time we lost 119 to 147. But who's to say? You said Sexton Collins 2-man game looking lethal though, not gonna lie. For sure, for sure. Wish the Jazz made some threes for more space. Yeah. First half, if we held up, but the third and fourth were bad at points. Yeah, we just struggled. Yeah, 20% not gonna cut it on three. Yeah. Just had a rough day today. That's all it is. Any more interesting basketball thoughts? Honestly, this time I didn't have anything like too over the top, too crazy planned for y'all. I was really just chatted up about this one, talk about how we lost narrowly by being outscored by 4 points in the fourth quarter. But it happens. Mm-hmm. Kings, that's a loss. Cavs, that's a loss. Clippers, that's a loss. Warriors, but that's a loss. Nuggets, that's a loss. Rockets, Clippers, that's a loss. Warriors, that's a loss. It's just not looking good. It's just not looking good. Cons being the only one hitting threes is crazy from the start. Yeah, especially considering his recent resume of games. He has not been sparking from deep, and he just found the magic touch in order to do it, I guess. Nevertheless, 8 games left, boys. 8 more games left. Because realistically, Tuesday, Friday, that's 1 week. Sunday, that's 1 week. Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, they just assumed they weren't invited and just wow. I don't know what to think about the Jazz at this point. You said Hendricks hit 2, however, the other 3 hitting none is a battle, man. Low key, yeah. We'll figure something out. I don't know what it is yet, but something's gonna get figured out in order to best put us in a position to be successful in the long term. But yeah. But yeah. Free Sexton might be the move, I'm not gonna lie. At this point it's just really over the top. Any interesting points that anybody wanted to make, or anything too noticeable during the game that they would like to call to everybody else's attention? Well, we have everybody here. If not, it's fine. I just wanted to ask. Trade picks for talent at this point. That's what has to happen this offseason. There has to be a star player available, and we have to go ahead and, trade what we need to go ahead and make that happen. We'll see how it goes. Well, yeah, I didn't want to take up too much of y'all time. I know it's kind of late. Just wanted to touch base, talk about this game really quick. There wasn't anything too noticeable. I mean, all the rookies had a bad game. There wasn't a rookie where I was like, wow, they're doing a great job. John Collins and Collin Sexton kind of took the offensive shine. At the same time, gotta be ready to go. Just gotta be ready to go. Get Luka for Keontae multiple picks. If Luka plays defense, yeah. But yeah, it's not fun for him. Mm-hmm. I don't hate that, actually. Luka and Keontae. I just don't love it considering Luka's skill set. But it happens from time to time. But yeah. I'll pray 6.5 his revenge game on the Cavs. That would be nice. Just see him go for a new, career high. Also, Clarkson needs to be traded for younger and new spark plug. Yeah, I was gonna say that because we've seen, enough of Clarkson, put mildly, for a very long time. In my humble opinion, of course. In my humble opinion. Well, yeah. Well, like I said, I didn't want to take up too much of you boys' time. I'm kind of behind on my videos. I need to get a little better with my consistency. April's a new month, trying to be more successful. I have about 12 to 15ish, 12 to 16ish videos drop. So that's almost one every other day, excuse me. But just haven't made it that far yet. But we will be successful in the end. With that being said, I appreciate you boys popping out to the live stream real quick. I know it was one of the shorter ones that we've ever done. Just not really much to learn in this game, and I feel like that's how the rest of these games are going to go. I don't want to critique the rookies too hard for having bad games, but I also have nothing to sing their praises about. So I'm not going to lie. That's going to mess with the integrity of everything that we do. Let's see. All the praise for sex now. Yeah. Also, Clarkson needs to be traded for younger players. Plug. Yeah. Clarkson will always be a favorite, but it needs to be let go now for a fresh start for both sides. I don't know what that is, but wait. Oh, I get it now. Yeah, I get it now. It'll be amicable for both sides when Clarkson is finally either released or sent away somewhere. For sure. But yeah. With that being said, and if all hearts and minds are clear, I would like to say good morning, good evening, and good night. No matter where you are on the globe watching, thanks for tuning in. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.